What's going on, lads and lasses? Welcome back to 100% Mag. So, FA Cup action is back at St James's Park for the 25-26 season. No TV, no replays, straight knockout football. And Newcastle United face a Bournemouth side and Eddie Howe's former side with recent cup pedigree and nothing, of course, to lose going in this one. Looking at, of course, this game, it's going to be an interesting one. It's going to be a 3 p.m. kickoff, no televised coverage for it, but of course the overseas TV, of course. And if it is level after 90, it's 30 minutes extra time and penalties if required. And of course, this is all happening tomorrow in that 3 o'clock time slot. What's at stake going into this? Well, if we advance through, we're going to the fourth round. The fourth round draw takes place before Liverpool versus Barnsley's game on Monday at 7:45. Classic all or nothing cup tie at St James's Park, and hopefully we'll have a bit of luck in it, as the last two, of course, we've won, but the one before that, down at Hillsborough, was of course a loss to Sheffield Wednesday. Looking at the team news going into it, of course we've got injury worries. Bournemouth's got injury worries, and on the Bournemouth side of things, they're going to be without Justin Kluivert, son of our former player, of course, Patrick Kluivert. Ben Gannon-Dork as well is going to be out for Bournemouth. Tyler Adams, Ryan Christie, William Dennis as well is going to be out, and they have just recently had probably one of their best players in Antoine Semenyo, just confirmed that he is now a Manchester City player, and he did play his last game against Spurs, which they just won 3-2. So I can't see, the Bournemouth fans being very happy at seeing Semenyo leave before they've got what is arguably probably one of the biggest games for them, and especially when it's an away game as well, it's going to be even harder for them, having to travel all the way up, of course, from the south coast up to, of course, our area of the country to take us on. And we are firing on all cylinders at St James's Park this season. We are absolutely killing teams at St James's Park this season. The only slight positive for any Bournemouth fans that are watching, of course, is the fact that it isn't under the lights, but it will be by the time we get to, probably the second half, depending on how long this game plays out for. Of course, there's new arrivals at Bournemouth as well, with former magpie Fraser Forster, local lad as well, joining them on a free transfer until the end of the season. And then looking at our side of the fence on the team news going into it, like I say, we've got injury worries. We've got Fabian Shaw that's just picked up the latest addition to the injury table. Dan Burn, who is sort of fit but not fully fit yet. Jamal Lascelles, who isn't feeling right in himself. Emil Kraft, who's also still on the injury table. William Asula, who's still got a knock as well. Anthony Elanga is a fitness doubt, however, so there may be a chance of seeing Elanga come from maybe the bench, but I think there is going to be probably some sort of rotation maybe here with the squads. I mean, we've just come fresh off the back of a game against Palace, then we came fresh off the back of that game against Leeds there as well at St James's, and we're coming into this game, and then we've got the game in the semi-final, first leg at St James's against Man City. So does Eddie prioritise this game, or does he put his focus on that semi-final first leg against Man City? Because for me personally, I'm a little bit more, not to say that I'm not interested in this game. Obviously we'll want to see the lads do well, we'll want to get past this, and we'll want to get into the fourth round. But if it means sacrificing that semi-final first leg, I don't think we should be doing that, to be honest, personally, because I'd rather see we go and focus on that game against Man City. That's going to get us a chance to see ourselves in yet another final down at Wembley, and a chance to get yet another cup, and a chance to, of course, retain our League Cup as well and be true defending champions of it. So if it means, that we've got to slightly rotate in this game to be able to play that game at a full strength, then fair be it. But that's where we'll start looking at, who could possibly come in that areas, because as I've just mentioned, we've got some problems in the defensive area right now. We've got quite a few injuries in the squad, and at the moment it seems like the centre-back roles are taking a massive hit. We've only got 2 fully fit natural centre-backs in Mali Chow and Sven Botman. Sven Botman only just recently coming back from an injury. Mali Chow also recently picking up tiny little knocks as well. And his fitness, of course, would be taking a bit of a hit as he's having to play constantly in that centre-back role. So do we maybe see, Lewis Miley coming into that centre-back role? He did play a little bit in that centre-back role, of course, just recently. Not that, we wanted him to play there. Eddie said that himself. He didn't really want to have to put Miley into that sort of position, but we have seen, Miley play really good at right back, and he played 3 different positions in that game just recently as well. So, could we maybe see Miley coming in at that centre-back role, and then probably Tino Livramento coming out onto the right back position with Halsey on the left back? Or do we see somewhat of a, youth sort of setup with maybe Alex Murphy, Robocop, coming into the team, and a few of the other younger lads like Sam Alabi maybe he's coming in there as well? It all remains to be seen, what Eddie Howe will pick tomorrow night, or tomorrow in that 3 p.m. kickoff. Of course, it's in James's Park. But looking at it, Andor Areola is having a really good season with Bournemouth there at the minute. However, dropped down quite a bit from where they were in the Premier League. They have ended an 11-game winless Premier League run with that 3-2 home win over Spurs in their last game. And of course, looking at recent FA Cup history, they were in the quarterfinals last season, and also they reached the last 8 in the 21 season as well. But 3 of their third round exits have come to lower league sides, including non-league Bournemouth. The referee for the game will be Thomas Bramall. Of course, his second Newcastle match this season. Previously, of course, presiding over a 2-2 draw versus Spurs. There's going to be no VAR, obviously, in operation, because the other teams in the competition, the likes of Championship and below, don't have that at their disposal. So obviously, to keep it fair, the Premier League teams are also not allowed to use VAR in the all Premier League ties. But looking at the stats, Bournemouth at St James's Park, of course, the 24-25 season seen will lose 4-1 to them in the Premier League. The 23-24 season saw we'll get a 2-2 draw against them in the Premier League at St James's Park. These results, of course, and the 22-23 season seen will actually beat them 1-0 in the League Cup. It was an own goal, and it, of course, seen us go through to the next round. And then, of course, like I've said, our recent FA Cup third round ties was a win 3-1 against Bromley in the 24-25 season. 23-24 season seen will beat the Mackhams at the Stadium of Shite 3-0. In the 22-23 season was, of course, that 2-1 loss away to Sheffield Wednesday at Hillsborough. This is hopefully going to be a comfortable home win, or is it going to be one of them FA Cup shocks waiting to happen? Hopefully it isn't the latter. But drop your scores predictions below, and subscribe, of course, for more NUFC content on the channel. And any Bournemouth fans that's watching, let us know what you're thinking going into this one. I mean, it's going to be a tough game, and whoever gets through, goes through the 4th round of the FA Cup. The draw takes place Monday 7:45 before Liverpool takes on Barnsley in their 3rd round tie. But let us know your thoughts down in the comments below. Till next time, hit that like, share, subscribe to the channel, and however lads.